Hey guys, how's it going? It's Alex of Coyote Star Astrology, and this is my full moon in Pisces video for September 13th, 2019. And we've got a beautiful full moon in Pisces opposite our Virgo party that we've been talking about. We still have a lot of planets in Virgo this full moon. We've got the sun at 21 degrees Virgo, flanked by Mars in Virgo, Venus in Virgo, and Mercury in Virgo. All of this Virgo is, of course, trining our Capricorn lineup, Saturn in Capricorn, South Node in Capricorn, and Pluto at 20 degrees Capricorn. So again, Virgo trining Capricorn. This is about hard work, about ambition, and our rigid expectations when we're talking about Virgo with regards to our desires and our dreams and everything that we're trying to get done. When we have this much Virgo trining Capricorn, there's almost this like obsessive nature to wanting perfection in a certain area of our life. And of course, whenever we have expectations around perfection, we're often driving ourselves a bit crazy or feeling let down when things aren't exactly as we would like them to be. And the problem with Virgo is that Virgo can get so analytical and so obsessed with detail that they really forget to surrender to the flow, and they can really miss out on some of the joy in life by getting too hung up on things going exactly the way that we want them to. They can get really run down with worry. And Pisces, this full moon, is all about surrender. Pisces opposes Virgo. So this is about having some faith, having some trust that things are unfolding exactly the way that they're supposed to. Recognizing that big manifestations and big dreams take time. There's a lot of steps in that process, and we encounter things and we are delivered things exactly when we're supposed to. And we have to have some faith in that process. And because Mercury and Venus are in the final degrees of Virgo, both at 29 degrees conjunct, there is a sense of a completion around this full moon, or things kind of coming to a head, maybe regarding a project or something that we've been kind of analyzing over this last month of Virgo energy. So it could be an aha moment, as full moons do illuminate. It could also conversely be the sudden realization that things aren't aligning in a certain area of our life. Because Pisces is enlightenment and nirvana. It's this very high vibration upper chakra type of energy. With that Pisces moon conjunct Neptune, which really makes it like a double Pisces moon because Neptune rules Pisces. So having the moon and Neptune together, there is this sense of having an inner knowing of what is our highest truth or our highest frequency. And having that in opposition, kind of staring across the zodiac at all of that Virgo, it may be the realization that something isn't lining up and having to surrender to that. Or it simply could just be releasing control and expectation altogether, and sort of, I used this example in my Instagram post. It's kind of like falling out of a yoga pose and just laughing, laughing, or, recognizing that there are certain areas of our life that we're getting so caught up in getting it in alignment and having all the facts in order, or having things look exactly the way that we want them to be, particularly when it goes to our long-term plan right now because of the trines to Capricorn. And just kind of releasing the reins and realizing there is a bigger plan. It's bigger than me. And sort of letting God take the wheel for a second and surrendering into trust that We don't have to have it all figured out. We don't have to do it all by ourselves. We do have our guides and angels and our destiny very much at play while we're here in the 3D doing all the work. You know, that's only part of it. So this is a balance between the structured earth plane of Virgo and the etheric, angelic, and magical realms beyond the veil, which are also always in play in Pisces. So I think this is a full moon that for some could bring a surprise as far as perhaps getting a God wink or a little sign from the universe that you're really doing it right and that you can relax a little bit, that you are being looked out for, that everything is actually in alignment, that everything is actually in flow, that you don't need to worry so much. Virgo can be such a worrywart. And really a full moon where we can take an opportunity to get back in touch with why it is we even want all of these things. Getting out of this kind of rigid autopilot state of mind of just got to get it done, got to be this, got to be that, got to meet the deadline, got to push, and taking a minute to step back and not only honor the process, but remind ourselves and get back in touch with why is it that I want this anyway? What's the actual purpose of all of this hard work? Because you don't want to get to where you're going and still not be happy if the whole point in why you've been doing it has gotten somehow lost along the way. So I think it's a really good check-in as far as our faith goes, and not to use a kind of overused and washed out phrase, but our higher self and what our higher self actually wants, and sort of get back in touch with that and the more spiritual side of our life that during Virgo season, and especially with all of this Virgo, this full moon can definitely get a bit lost. So I think that there's a lot of magic available during this full moon. And like I said, a lot of God winks and potential synchronicity and signs from the lesser density frequencies that we're on the right track. And because the sun is trining Pluto, there's a real transformational aspect to this full moon as well. And I think that it might come from one of those two pathways or both. Like I said, the realization that something or aspects of our reality are not in alignment with our highest truth and kind of surrendering to that higher plan, or also realizing that we actually don't need to worry about things as much as we thought because the universe has our back. I think either way, it's going to be a transformation that really reminds us that the world is still very much magical and in sync, despite how intense and chaotic things can feel in the world right now and within our own lives. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good one. I think that the more we can relax into it, the more that magic is going to be available to us. So I just want to mention it one more time because it is happening during this full moon. I am going to be co-hosting an event here in Topanga Canyon, California on Friday the 13th at a really very special private Topanga Canyon residence. And I'm going to be opening the evening talking about the full moon energy and current celestial energies, as well as dropping in about the eclipse that we're going to have beginning of 2020. And then my dear friend Olivia Poole is going to follow me with a Kundalini yoga flow. So it's going to be a night of astrology, connecting with community in a really beautiful setting, and yoga. So if you're interested in celebrating this beautiful full moon, which is actually going to be happening during the event, follow the link in the description box below this video. I'll put the Eventbrite link there and you can purchase tickets there. We're doing 35 pre-sale and 45 the day of. So I hope that some of you guys can join us. But for the rest of you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you have enjoyed this video, please do give it a like and a share. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys next week.